What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're here because you're a returning player, or maybe you're a new player, maybe you returned after the June 9th update, or maybe you're like me, you're an OG player who had everything in the game and all of a sudden was told he was going to be brought down to 10 power level and have to grind for all his gear again to get into the tiered loot system. Well, then stick around because this is definitely the channel for you. I'm going to be making an introduction video, going to go through everything that I think you should know in the game. This will probably be my only long video. I may do some later on if they're requested, but for the most part, I plan to do short videos. These will be builds, these will be going through your vault, tiered system, activities, what to do, what not to do. And especially for returning players like me, you might have a lot of resources and old weapons that are sitting in your vault, and you kind of want to make sure you know what you're going to keep and what not to keep. They've added a lot of abilities, aspects, fragments. They have artifacts now that we can interchange out. We have new statted armor, including our exotic pieces. There's a lot that they've added to the game that will be very overwhelming when you first come in, and especially even for a new player. Even if you've had 550 gear, this will still be a place that you want to go. So one of the things I wanted to point out first is we have so many builds in this game that we've had in the past that some people think are not viable anymore. And I want to tell you they are viable. You just need the right gear to go with them. We've had old 6-stat armor in the past where they have all the different stats kind of divvied up in the 6 different categories. And now they have them in 3. And this kind of helps you build into a new version of that build. Maybe it'd even be better in the past. Maybe it may not be as good as it was because they've dumbed down the ability regen. Whatever the case may be, I do want you to know that it is possible to keep doing what you were doing in the past. And one thing for sure, if you have a crafted weapon, especially the raid weapons, you are probably sitting on a gold mine in your vault. Even if it's level or power 10, sitting in your vault, it doesn't matter because if you were using it in the past and you had it leveled up to, let's say, level 30 or level 100 because you used the weapon a ton, that is actually a gold mine weapon because you can change that to a tier 5 in the game for free if it's already leveled up. And that's going to gain you access to the enhanced perks and stuff that they added to the game. This was prior to the June 9th update that you couldn't do that. You had to get that weapon again and get its new enhanced abilities. Now you don't have to do that. So in the background, you can see I have some old leveled weapons that are sitting there. Some of them are crafted, some aren't. And you'll see that they're power 10. Well, you can actually go into the ones that are craftable, even though they're power 10, and you can increase them. So one thing to go through first is if they're level 10 and they have a perk combo that you don't really care about at this point, go ahead and get rid of them. Or even if they are a good perk combo, keep them until you get the newer version because you're going to see that the stats of the weapon also go up with the tier. So you see my trustee in the background. This is a for instance. I can go through all the different weapons and what to get. You see that it's level 75, power 10. Look, for free, apply tier. You're going to apply it all the way to tier 5. You need it to be level 30 in order to get to tier 5. But yeah, it is already a tier 5. But if you notice, the stats went up, but that's it. The perks of it didn't change. The enhanced origin trait and barrels didn't change. You have to go to the enclave and then change those. By the way, they also added new perks to their loot pool now. So you might want to check those out. Maybe you want to change that god roll to something else. This applies to all raid weapons and craftable weapons that are in the game. But now we want to go to what if you are returning in your power 10? How do you get to power 300 to start that catch up? Well, go to Ikora, and if you have some of those old light kits, or if you're a new player, you're going to do this anyways, grab those new light kits, and they're going to give you some 300 gear, some decent gear, but only just to get you to level 300 or power 300 off the bat. So grab those and grab the new aspects, and I want you to head to the kiosk and get these Solstice armor engrams. These are the new kiosks in the middle of the tower, and you use legendary marks, which you get by just playing the game and going into the triumph screen and collecting them. But this is the only engram that gets you armor. So this is your way of getting into the tiered system because there is no crafting of armor pieces. So you have to find them in the game. So instead of going to all the different activities and planets and trying to get those different armor sets and try to get the stats you want, just go to that kiosk and purchase a ton of the engrams as best you can. And now you're going to see I'm going to get rid of all my power 10 old gear that's got the multi 6 stat, distribution. And now I have the nice clean 3 stat distribution, and they're tier 3, so they're decent on the amount of stat that I have on each one. Perfect. So this is the stuff that you want to go through and start out with. I'm going to be going through multiple short videos of how to do all this, how to set up your armor, what stats now to go for if you're used to the old resilience and recovery, if you're a new player, just to tell you what these stats even mean and what to go for to adapt to your play style, ways you can get gear fast, old builds that are working, new players, what good builds to go after first, what armor pieces and exotic pieces to go after first. All of it going to be put out possibly every day. I will be streaming as well. So just like and follow, and I'll be having a short video out here shortly breaking down a few of these just so you can go into further detail so it's not all put into your face. So I hope to see you guys around, and like and subscribe. See ya.